Hi, today we're going to talk about preferences. Preferences is liking something or someone more than another thing or a person. Today we're going to talk about your preferences when it comes to work. So we're going to look at our own preferences and we're going to decide the things that we would like in a job or in our life. And then after, we will think about those preferences and what we might look for in a career and lifestyle goals. So to get our mind thinking about preferences, think about these questions, just as a sample. Would you rather watch a superhero movie or a funny movie? Which would you prefer? Would you rather own an expensive and fancy car or a reliable car? Which would you prefer? Would you rather have a pet cat or a pet dog or no pets? Which would you prefer? And would you rather wear fashionable clothes or wear comfortable clothes? Which would you prefer? So that was just to get our mind thinking about preferences and knowing that it's okay to prefer one thing over another thing. So today for our activity, we're going to look at a preferences assessment. It's available online on the T-Folio website. You are able to print it or you can complete the assessment right on the website. There's only 5 questions and they're asking about your different types of preferences in different categories. You will do one section at a time, and for each section, you'll read all of the options and put a check mark next to all of the options that you prefer. So this is different than some quizzes or assessments because you can pick as many of the selections as you want. So at the end of each section, you will respond to the question completely and thoughtfully. So it gives you a fill in the blank portion where you can add your response. I'm hoping that you will be honest in your preferences and really thinking about what makes you happy and what helps you be the best you can be. So let's look at the assessment. So this is the preferences assessment. We are on the tstfolio.com website where all of the T-Folio documents are. So this is the preferences assessment. You can choose to take this assessment right on the website, or you can click the print button and access it that way to print it out and complete the assessment. So let's look at it. So number 1 is asking, where do you like to work? So this is all about where. So you can check as many of these boxes as you would like. So where would you prefer to work? Indoors, outdoors, go through each of these and make your selection. So it lets you check different boxes, okay? Then at the bottom of this question, and for all of the other questions, it will ask you a statement, a question like this, where you can fill in the box. So based on your answers to the above, what are some jobs that might work with your preferences? So you can fill in and type whatever you'd like here to respond to the question. Okay, question number 2 is asking, when do you like to work? Remember, you can select more than one option, and then you'll answer the question, what are some jobs that might work with your time preferences? Question 3 is asking about your social preferences. So who do you like to work with? So you'll select your choices here. Remember, you can select more than one if you'd like, and then you'll fill in your response to the question, what are some jobs that might work with your social preferences? Question 4 is, how do you like to work? So you'll select your response or responses there, and then answer the question, what are some jobs that match your physical and productivity preferences? And the last question is, what kind of work do you like to do? So read each of these and make your selections. And then based on your preferences, what are some jobs that you might like? And that's it. After you do the assessment, make sure that you share the results with your teacher or assistant. And then I want you to think about the questions. So do you think that everyone has the same answers to these questions? Why or why not? And why do you think people should know their preferences? And what might happen as a result of not voicing your preferences? So remember that different people prefer different things, and there is no best flavor of ice cream because different people have different flavors, and some people don't like ice cream at all. Something you can do to help bring this back to your own personal preferences would be to make a list of jobs that you thought about while you were completing this activity. What do those jobs have in common with each other? And are there any other jobs that are related? So this wraps up the preferences assessment activity. I hope you enjoyed doing it. Make sure that you complete the work, either giving it to your teacher or assistant or submitting it through Schoology, and check back for more activities. Thank you.